Namari. She's the backstabbing Venturi that broke the world.
The Descendants franchise is built on the foundation of former Disney films. Many main characters are the children and grandchildren of famous fairy tale characters, specifically the versions brought to life through Disney's animated films over several decades. When the original books were published, the four main characters descended from well-known villains, such as Maleficent and the Evil Queen. Since then, Disney's fairy tales have grown, with new princesses and leading ladies receiving feature films. Now that The Rise of Red has renewed the franchise for the next generation of fans, there's potential for some of the more recent Disney characters to make their debut in Auradon. In today's video, we'll discuss 6 characters who deserve the chance.
To prove that we are evil and vicious and ruthless and cruel. Yeah?
Number 1. Raya. One of the more recent additions to the roster of Disney protagonists is Raya. She's the most recent addition to the group of 13 Disney princesses, characters who receive the title in exceptional standing due to the many noble qualities they possess. Debuting in her feature film, Raya and the Last Dragon, Raya is acclaimed for her fierce independence and deviation from the conventional portrayal of a princess. She's a strong fighter and determined to save her people, traveling long distances alone to restore her home to what it once was. Raya is the daughter of Benja, the chief of the Heart Tribe. Her people are one of the many warring tribes in Kamundra. As an exceptional warrior, Raya is trained and expected to become the guardian of her tribe's dragon gem. Unfortunately, the gem breaks into pieces, and monsters known as Drun spread across Kamundra, turning people, including Chief Benja, into stone. Raya takes it upon herself to find the last dragon and restore the Dragonstone, believing it is the way to save Kamundra and her people. She finds the dragon Sisu, and the pair work together to defeat the Drun. Along the way, Raya confronts enemies like Namari from the Fang tribe, and uncovers secrets about the dragons. Like Mal and Red, Raya will strike out on her own to get things done. Her dedication and determination to save her home isn't something to take lightly, and her descendants will likely share her same courageous spirit.
Yeah, well, this one was easy, but the rest of them are being held by a bunch of no-good Venturis.
Number 2. Moana. In the years since the release of the first Descendants films, Moana has become a prominent and favored Disney princess among fans. In her debut film, appropriately named Moana, she appears as a modernized princess determined to save her people from a looming darkness and terrible curse. The soon-to-be chief of Motunui, Moana has always felt drawn to the ocean, with the pull distracting her from her responsibilities and her comfortable life in her village. It turns out that Moana's connection to the ocean wasn't superficial, as she's chosen to venture into the open sea, destined to restore the stolen heart of Te Fiti. She's joined on her adventure by the demigod Maui, who was responsible for stealing Te Fiti's heart. Together, they cross the ocean and brave many dangers, becoming lifelong friends. Moana helps Maui find his self-worth, unattached to how humanity views him. Maui helps her protect her home, reconnecting with her Wayfinder ancestors and restoring the lost arts of navigation and sailing to her people. Moana's appearance in Descendants couldn't be better timed, as Mal and Ben plan to cross the sea, and Uliana has debuted as one of the franchise's newest villains.
Dad! I was only looking at the boats. I wasn't gonna get on them.
Number 3. Asha. A new face in the Disney franchise, Asha recently debuted in the 2023 film Wish. A young woman from the kingdom of Rosas, Asha foresees trouble coming for her home when no one else can. Desperate to uncover the darkness looming over Rosas, the land where wishes worldwide are housed, her request brings a literal star from the sky, who helps her fulfill her desires. Asha is unique as she comes from humble origins. She was born to a philosopher and seamstress and grew up as an ordinary person who feels pride for Rosas and the king's ability to grant wishes. By the time she's 17, she harnesses her pride as a tour guide, welcoming outsiders from all walks of life into Rosas, explaining the kingdom's rich history. However, when she learns that King Magnifico refused to grant her grandfather's wish, she realizes that corruption runs deep in her land. With a desire for justice and desperation to make Rosas a better place, she speaks out against Magnifico, making herself an enemy of the king, who had grown corrupt after years of power. In the film, Asha's selflessness and willingness to help others are considered weaknesses that pose significant risks. While trying to change Rosas for the better, she makes powerful enemies that endanger herself and her loved ones. However, making an enemy of Magnifico proves how right she is about his intentions. It shows that Asha's selflessness is also her greatest strength, allowing her to stand against injustices when no one else will. The Descendants franchise could benefit from an outspoken character like Asha, who may notice if former villains begin to face unfair treatment as they did in the past.
Whoa, what are you doing? Valentino, don't eat that!
Number 4. Mirabelle. One of the most popular characters in recent Disney films is Mirabel Madrigal. Encanto received raving reviews and critical success after its release, and it's easy to understand why. The story features no true antagonist and instead focuses on strained family dynamics, exposing how outside pressures can force anyone to succumb to outside expectations. The Madrigals are a magical family, each member receiving magical powers that helps the locals thrive. They're the pillars of their community and are highly regarded for everything they do. However, like all families, even the Madrigals have their secrets. Mirabel is the only one in her family who doesn't receive powers. Although they love her all the same, she can't help feeling like the black sheep, even though she does everything she can to keep her family and their responsibilities running smoothly. She's the first to notice when their magic begins to wane, causing fractures in their home, the sentient casita that provides the family with their abilities. Although her family refuses to believe something could be wrong with the magic, Mirabel finds her estranged uncle Bruno, who can see into the future and knows the truth about their family's fate. Throughout the film, Mirabel helps her family overcome personal struggles, encouraging them to prioritize personal happiness over expectations. However, her influence causes a divide between her and her grandmother, with the strife between them turning Casita into ruins. Fortunately, the family was at a place where they needed to begin again, rebuilding their home and its foundation with a better understanding of one another, with Mirabel as the glue that holds everyone together. As someone who has family and personal responsibilities in high esteem, Mirabel would be the perfect addition to Descendants' latest chapter.
I don't understand why you left but didn't leave.
Oh well.
Number 5. Elsa and Anna. Elsa and Anna are some of the most notable queens to take the Disney franchise by storm in recent years. Their debut film, Frozen, is still loved by many over a decade later. The sisters share a tragic story as Elsa slowly learns to hide herself from the world in light of her growing snow-themed powers. Her growing distance creates a rift between herself and Anna, which only worsens when the pair lose their parents to a shipwreck. Elsa becomes the appointed Queen of Arendelle, but it doesn't take long for her powers to manifest, exposing her to the public. Elsa abandons Arendelle, leaving the kingdom in eternal winter, and Anna is responsible for bringing her home and restoring order. In Frozen 2, the sisters are older and accustomed to ruling their kingdom side by side. However, Elsa struggles with a calling she can't name. Eventually, she leads herself, Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf on a journey into the Enchanted Forest, where they confront the elemental spirits and uncover secrets about their late parents. By the end of the sequel, Elsa chooses to remain in the forest as the 5th elemental spirit. She abdicates the throne, allowing Anna to become the new queen of Arendelle. The Frozen franchise intends to continue, with a 3rd film planned for production. Elsa and Anna's relevance makes them favored enough to add to Descendants. Their involvement would also make sense as Mal and Ben have set sail to find new lands and make alliances with other kingdoms. Arendelle and the neighboring Enchanted Forest could be one of their stops.
Well, he was sprightly. Especially for a man in heels. Are you okay?
The Descendants franchise could benefit by introducing new characters into the universe. If the writers wanted to deviate from the original novels and source material, they could use the newest Disney characters to create new Descendants, creating a large pool of characters to choose from when creating spin-off content. Disney fans would love to see some of these characters reimagined as wizened heroes of their adventures, either in Auradon to help the main cast or to bring their children to Auradon Prep, where they can continue the legacy of their parents.
Closer?
Can I go back to my game? I'm on level 3.
Stop! It's in a museum.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
You could just give them back. Then, I don't know, the people can try to pursue them themselves?